What's going on, y'all? Today we're going to be talking about what I think are some of the best units in TFT Set 9. I'm basing this on my experience as a multi-set challenger player, as well as I've been fortunate enough to play on the PBE the past week. All 12 of my accounts got locked out today from some new bug. But I digress. Whatever. And so what I mean by best units, what I mean is units that are guaranteed to give value to your board, that you can play in most team compositions, excluding like vertical compositions, and kind of like units that if you don't know what to play, just toss them on your board and they're going to do something good for you. And something like units that you should think about playing regardless of what composition you're playing. All right, let's get into it. All right, so the first one we're going to talk about is our boy Teemo. Teemo is a Yordle strategist and multicaster. So a lot of the units I'll be talking about today are strategists. Strategist is so easy to fit into your board and is guaranteed to give you value no matter what comp you're playing, even if you're playing an AD comp, because you can off carry an Azir. So strategists are guaranteed to give value to your board. Again, this is if you don't know what to play. I'm not necessarily saying playing strategist every game is going to net you a huge benefit, but it's just if you don't know what to play, you're guaranteed to get value. And so Teemo is a lot of value actually as a 2-cost because he's a strategist and he's a multicaster. Multicaster fits in a lot of builds that we'll talk about a little bit later. And he also has Wound. He can reduce healing just on his base spell. So if you need healing reduction on the front line and you don't have healing reduction in your build, you didn't build a Sunfire, you didn't build Morello, then Teemo is a great plug and play unit for any build that you can put in. It seems like I've gotten in. Have I gotten in? Oh, I got in, guys. I got in. My account got in. Boggers. We're doing it. All right. Next up is our girl, Sona. Sona. We love Sona. As you can see, Sona is also a multicaster, so you can already kind of think about, you already know if you're going to be playing Teemo, you can fit in this multicaster right here. Good unit. So why is Sona good? She gives attack speed. Attack speed is great on every single carry in the game, especially AD carries and Azir. And you know what Azir is? Azir's a strategist. So if you end up playing like Teemo, Sona, that sort of thing, it can be very good. So Sona is like one of those units. Think about in the past whenever you'd play like Lulu with Deja. If you guys played set 7? Dragons? If you played set 7, you would play Lulu, no synergies, just with Deja to give Deja attack speed because Deja needs attack speed. Kind of think about Sona the same way. If you need more attack speed and you have an extra slot on your board, just toss in Sona and put her right behind your carry, just like you did with Lulu. So Sona sends out a wave of sound and it gives attack speed. So yeah, there we go. Sona's good. Next up we have is Jace. Jace is in a very similar boat as Sona. He gives attack speed. Now, I have had a little bit more trouble fitting Jace into other boards. I find it a lot easier to fit Jace or fit Sona into a lot of different boards just as a random, give me attack speed bot. Jace is a little bit different because his ability doesn't go across the fight, and he's on a multicaster. His trait is Gunner and Piltover. Piltover is not an easy trait to splash, and Gunner is more of just an offensive trait. So he's a little bit more difficult to splash in, but if you actually get him into a Gunner build, very good. So what does he actually do? He's a walk-in, talk-in Zeke. So gain attack speed to Jace and adjacent allies. He opens up his Hex Gate, which is essentially just a Zeke's. It gives attack speed to him and the two allies next to him. So if you can splash in Jace, attack speed is always guaranteed to give you value, and he has a little bit of damage that comes out as well. But I've had a little bit more trouble fitting in Jason, but I thought I should mention him since I have Sona in this build as well, or Sona in this video as well. Next up, we have Tarik. And Tarik is so good because he has 3 traits. He's so easy to splash, and these 3 traits are so easy to fit, especially if you're going to be playing an AP-focused board like Invokers, because we have Targon right here, Soraka's a Targon, and then when you're playing Invokers, it's very easy to also play Demacia because you're playing Galio, and then if you're going to play Galio, and he's a Demacian, and then you end up playing Jarvan, which is the best unit in the game, and then you also can play Lux. Lux is a sorcerer. Tarik's a sorcerer. You kind of see where I'm going with this, right? So it's just because he's 3 traits, as well as his ability is good. His ability is good for every single team comp. Tarik gains a shield for 6 seconds, and it absorbs damage received by adjacent allies. So what's not to love about Tarik? Always good to play Tarik. If we can. So next up is our boy Azir, and Azir, other than Demacia, dude, he might be the best. He might be the best unit in the game, honestly. Azir is so good because he's a strategist. Very easy to splash, and he also deals a lot of damage. He's very easy to run as a secondary or a third carry without Shurima. You don't even have to have Shurima active, and he will put in some work. Obviously, it's going to be amazing if you can fit in Shurima if you're going to run Azir as a secondary or a third carry. If you're going to run Azir as main carry, obviously you're going to fit in Shurima for your Azir. But I just found Azir is so easy to just put in there, and you'll just not have any items on him. You'll be playing like an Aphelios build. You'll peek over, and he just dealt 5k damage in the fight with no items. And he also gives Strategist. Strategist is such an amazing trait for pretty much every build, but it's especially good in AP builds. Cool. Now up to what I think is the best unit in the game, and that is the Demacia dude. That is Jarvan IV. Jarvan is the best unit in the game because, guys, he's a strategist, and he's the premier 4-cost CC unit. You know, like Sejuani doesn't give CC. Shen doesn't CC. Those are all the other premier tanks at 4-cost. He is the only 4-cost that gives like this huge, hard CC. And if you can fit him in, you best believe you're fitting him in. Because Jarvan does a mighty leap on nearby enemy, deals magic damage to enemies within 2 hexes, and stuns them. He is so good. I regularly run him with no traits active. Like, I don't even need to have, like, if I can't fit strategist for whatever reason, it's very easy to fit in strategist. But if I can't, I'll just run Demacia, dude, solo unit by himself. He is so good and is guaranteed to give value to your board. And last up is going to be Shen. We're not going to talk about the legendary units because all of them give you value to your board. Except for like maybe you don't run Belveth, you know, if you're not going to carry her. But pretty much all the legendaries are guaranteed to give value to your board. It just depends on if you can fit them and you know, which ones you want to run. So I'm not going to talk about the legendaries because I would talk about all of them except for Belveth. So last up is Shen, and Shen is another case of he's a 3 trader. So he's an Ionian, a Bastion, and Invoker. It's so easy to fit in Bastion and Invoker, and then especially if you're going to be running like Ahri, or you're running like a Challenger build, you're running like Yasuo, he's so easy to put in there. Shen, I think, is like Shen and Sejuani are the premier tanks of this set. These are the units that you want to be putting your tank items on, excluding if you get a 2-star legendary unit. These are the units you want to have your tanks on. And basically, when you're doing your level 8 roll down, whenever you're creating your board, unless you're on a strict vertical or a strict build that you're playing from, you want to be picking up Shen and also, honestly, Sejuani. But I don't have Sejuani on this list because she's a little bit harder to fit into your build some more times. But those are the 2 premier tanks. As you can see, what he does right here, gain a shield. Gain a shield and grant a shield, the 2 lowest health allies for 4 seconds. After shielding allies, Shen's shield refreshes with a burst, dealing magic damage to adjacent enemies. What's not to love about Shen? All right, guys, just a quick little video here. Just wanted to show you some of the tech. I'll have a bunch more guides coming out soon, so make sure you follow the channel and check that out. If you guys want to catch me live, I do stream on Twitch. I stream pretty much every day. I stream as much as I can, and I'll be doing some big stuff this set. Going to try to make a big splash in this set. So hey, check me out. I'm very entertaining. I'm handsome. I'm funny. I do it all. I'm pretty good at the game too. Anyways, all right, I'll stop begging. Appreciate you guys. Catch you on the next one. Bye.